guys, my name is Ray. This is Bookshelf Far, Far Away, where I talk about books, writing books, and reading books. So I wanted to kind of get into the AuthorTube newbie tag because I will be using this YouTube channel not only for my book reviews and other book-related topics, but also to vlog about my experience as a new writer. I will clarify, I do have a master's degree in creative writing. However, I haven't written anything since I graduated from Full Sail. So I've been very busy. I've been dealing with a lot of mental health stuff and moving and just existing in everyday life. But my goal is a trilogy that I have called Project Even Star. I have named all 3 books so far, but I don't want to release them just yet. I want to wait on that. But for right now, we're gonna jump into the AuthorTube newbie tag. So the first question is, how did you hear about AuthorTube? I heard about it through this channel called Anna New. I will link her channel down below. She is I think a teen writer, and she posts a lot of vlogs. She writes fantasy and romance. I really find her videos very entertaining. They are the ones that kind of showed me how to use Campfire. So I really recommend her stuff. She's really sweet. She's very genuine. The next question is, what genres do you write in? I write in sci-fi fantasy. Right now, my current book is a little bit of both. It's mostly sci-fi, but with some fantastical elements into it, aka dragons. So we'll see how that pans out. I'm really excited about working on that project. So it's kind of a combination of 2 of my favorite things, sci-fi and fantasy. So the next question asks, what is your preferred writing tense, point of view, and category? I would say young adult, new adult is my category. I prefer writing in the third person, and I like writing in past tense. I kind of go back and forth between past tense and present tense, so we'll see which one I end up doing for Project Even Star. But I do prefer new adult because I do like having some explicit content. The next question asks if you're a plotter, a pantster, or a plantster. I would say I'm a plotter. I have been working on the outline for Project Even Star, at least book 1, for the last 14 days. Hopefully getting it done tonight for the step I'm currently on in the snowflake template that I found. Currently taking paragraphs I wrote about each plot point and turning them into full pages, and having 2 main characters, 2 different POVs, it's splitting those plot points into 2. So I'm having a little hard time kind of explaining things and making notes, being like, this is where this person is gonna have a chapter in this plot point, or X and Y and Z, if that makes sense. But it's difficult. It's really difficult to say I'm anything other than a plotter. Are you a self-published, published, or yet to be published? I'm yet to be published. Well, no, I do have a self-published book that I had to do for Full Sail. I can't remember if it was my undergrad or my graduate degree. I will not be linking it. It is on Barnes & Noble. I will not be linking it. I don't think that was my best work, but we had to learn how to do it, and we used a website called Smashwords for self-publishing. It was really simple, really easy to use. I just don't like those short stories, and I don't feel like they're my genre, so I will not be sharing them with you guys. If you find them, cool. If you don't, even better. So the next question is asking, if you are unpublished, who do you want to be your publisher? I would love to do self-publishing, but I feel like a lot of profits would go out to that. I mean, either way, you're spending a lot of money for whatever you have to do. I would really, really want Bloomsbury, Penguin Random House, Del Rey, or HarperCollins to publish my books. Del Rey because of Star Wars, they publish all the Star Wars books, and Bloomsbury because I really like ACOTAR and Throne of Glass, and I think that Bloomsbury is the one that published at least ACOTAR. So I really like those companies, and they feel really big, and big dreams, big dreams. What AuthorTube videos you guys can look forward to on my channel are writing vlogs throughout my plotting progress of Project Even Star, my writing, just random word vomits maybe. I'm still kind of delving into what I want to do as an AuthorTube as well as a booktuber. I feel like a lot of writing tips or tips I found out, how to use Scrivener, how I use Google Docs, anything that can be helpful to another writer, or even just to just get something out there, just to talk about writing is kind of my goal. There's my cat. His name is Theoden. He's named after the King of Rohan from Lord of the Rings, and he's a very adventurous little guy. Hi, bud. This is his official debut on my YouTube channel in all his blurry glory. This question is, when did you start writing? Third grade, second or third grade, when I had this little marble egg pink thing. I lost it forever ago, but I wrote a story about it, and then I kind of just been writing ever since. Admittedly, there were some books that I will not be talking about on my channel that are what got me into writing and storytelling. However, I don't like that author anymore. She's a terrible, terrible human being. So I won't be talking about it, other than just saying that is what got me into writing, as well as Twilight. Hence why I have another work in progress that I'm probably not going to touch until after this trilogy is done. The first story I ever wrote was the dragon egg, the little pink marble egg that I had. My family will remember it. However, don't know where it is. Don't remember the premise of that story. As for more recent books, or my short stories that I wrote for school, it was a lot of true crime. I did a lot of true crime for school. As well as for a games class, my professor was just like, hey, I notice you prefer prose. I'll let you do some of these assignments for the book that you're wanting to work on, which is no longer a work in progress that I'm doing. It's an abandoned project, unfortunately. So I did a lot of work for that, which was really, really cool. I miss that teacher very, very much. The authors that inspired my writing the most, George R.R. Martin, Sarah J. Maas, Diana Gabaldon, Christie Golden, especially Inferno Squad. I love that book. And I want to say that's really about it, other than Rick Riordan as well. I love Percy Jackson. I'm still reading some of his other series, but Percy Jackson will always have a very special place in my heart. Do you schedule your writing sessions or simply get to writing whenever you can find the time? I try to schedule some writing time. I use this app called Structured that helps me plan out my day. I try not to do it more than a day in advance, otherwise I get too overwhelmed. But I've been kind of scheduling some time, especially on my days off, to sit in my writing closet and work on the plot of my book. Or I will find time during work when we have some downtime. I'll just sit and scribble in my notebook for a little bit. If I get a chance when I'm just running around doing errands, I'll type a note in my phone. Really a bit of both. I set some time out for myself, and then if I'm just randomly just in the mood to do it, I'll go sit and do it. I'm not really one way or another, but I prefer to have the scheduled time for sure. The next question is asking if I use a computer, a typewriter, or handwrite everything. I do a mix of my computer and handwriting. I mostly handwrite my notes. So I use some Readsy templates for like character development and story plot. I started with those, and then I moved everything to my computer and have been using Google Docs. I do have Scrivener. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to set it up for this book. And I think right now having Google Docs and having all of that space where it's not like on the side, just seeing everything that I feel like I need to get done really, really helps me, rather than trying to put everything in Scrivener. I might write my story in Scrivener, but all of my plotting goes on Google Docs and Google Spreadsheets. What I'm looking forward to most about being on AuthorTube is feeling like I have more content. So I've been trying to do monthly book reviews. However, I don't think February is just gonna happen. I just cannot get into the book I was wanting to review, or I just haven't felt like I've been in the headspace to be reading. So I don't know if my 50 goal is going to pan out like I want it to. If it does, awesome. But for right now, it does give me a lot of content to kind of work with on my YouTube channel. And it also helps me just put myself out there, and it'll help me with marketing later, which is very selfish. But it helps me with marketing. It helps me just integrate myself with other writers and maybe make some connections that I desperately need. So that is it for the AuthorTube newbie tag for 2023. I'll see you guys next time. Please take care of each other.